Hey, everybody, welcome to That's Weird Stuff, our show where we share stories of the strange and bizarre and then ask the important question, alien or not. So this time, we got the story of a mysterious man.
Secret
So
agent man?
some of you might have heard of the story of the man from Turid. The story has evolved as it spread from newspaper to books and to finally the internet. In the story, a mysterious man arrives at a Japanese airport in 1954 with a passport that was issued from a country called Turid. When asked to point at the country on the map, the man pointed to the Andorra, but was confused when he was told the real name of the country. The man was taken to a hotel under guard of two officers. However, when the authorities came to question the man, he had disappeared from the room. Many cite this story as an example of proof of travel across the multiverse. The real story may be even stranger than fiction. In 1959, a man named John Zegrus was arrested by Tokyo police when he tried to cash checks at two international banks. He
And his
gave
blood couldn't cash.
he gave investigators a counterfeit passport stamped by a variety of Asian countries and a visa issued by the Japanese embassy in Taipei. According to Zegras's story, he was born in the US, moved to the UK through Czechoslovakia and Germany, and attended high school in Germany. During World War II, or in the UK, not Germany, because during World War II, he was a pilot in the Royal Air Force, and he was once captured by the Germans. After the war, he lived in Latin America. Later, he became a spy for the Americans in South Korea, served as a pilot in Thailand and in Vietnam. And after that, he was assigned by the United Arab Republic. He arrived to Japan for a secret mission, which included recruiting Japanese military volunteers for the United Arab Republic. However, authorities were not able to collaborate his story. In 1960, Zegrus was sent to prison for a year, and after his release, his wife was deported to South Korea, and Zegrus himself was deported to Hong Kong, where he disappeared from records. So, gentlemen, international man of mystery. Is this guy a traveler across dimensions? Is he even the same guy from the same story? We don't really know. It's often said that this is where they got that story from the man traveling the multiverse, but it just evolved so much and the dates are all different, so we don't really know. But what do you guys think? Have you ever heard of multi-dimensional travelers in your studies before?
In your neighborhood.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Thomas.
so the first one, that's definitely an alien. Like, I'm sorry, but that is definitely an alien. Like he got everything wrong. He's like, "Oh, it's this country." Well, that's not the real country. What? And then they took him to the hotel, and then he just disappears. It's like, yeah, that he's probably an alien. He got beamed up. The other
Get me out of
one,
here.
that one's confusing as all get out because, like, why would you deport him and then deport him to China randomly? Like,
I
he
know. Why
was
did they deport him to
like
Hong Kong?
I think he was a citizen of the UK, right? Because he served in the British.
Yeah, and he had, yeah, I guess. No one could collaborate his story though, so
Yeah.
he was
So they
off.
just they sent him to China.
He could pass as an American, I guess, or a British man. So
But he was there to
maybe,
recruit Japanese ex-militaries for the Arab nations.
yeah,
Like,
the Arab Republic.
I I I don't know about the second one. I have no clue. That is weird. But that first one is definitely an alien. I'll say that much. What do you guys think?
I'm going multi-dimensional slips on both of them.
On both of
Oh,
them, but
both.
What'd you just
Yeah.
call him? You're
Slips,
these
multi-dimensional
derogatory
slips.
terms.
Yeah.
Or just dirty slips.
And
Some
they got in
slips.
touch with the people who studying multi-dimensional slips at the time,
Oh god.
and they deported him back to his dimension. back to his
Yeah.
timeline.
Yep.
That's why in the other guy's timeline, like he probably was pointing at the right country, but in his world, in his universe, do not growl, dog, go away. In his
He's
universe,
like, you're not onto the right
there's
story.
little slips that changed that made it a different name. So yeah, I'm doing with dimensional travelers by accident, but which means there's an organization that knows how to send them back.
I was
out
gonna
there
say
somewhere.
we have the
Yeah.
ability to just like get out of here.
They're like, no, keep it clean, keep your line
Sure.
straight.
Jared, alien or not?
I think it's just geographically challenged aliens. They're like, that's not
The person who
that
didn't study the
country?
maps before he came. He's like, I can wing it. One planet's just like the other, right?
He points at like Texas. He's like, "This is India, right?" And they're like, "No."
Well, there was something about maybe turret was spelled wrong and it was actually Turing or something like that, which is an actual place um, in the Middle East, I think it is. But like this story, if they're too connected, they suffer from a massive like what was that game Telephone where you
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
kind of mix up the stuff because the dates went from 1954 to 1959, so someone like read it 9 wrong or something. And then all the just the details are weird.
That happens a lot at my work. This guy writes 4s like 9s, and I almost ship things to wrong places because of it.
Yeah,
So-
people always confuse my 4s and 9s.
So I can
Which is
see that.
weird.
Don't close up the top of the 4, Joseph. Don't close it up.
So if it is an alien, then we have a case of an alien marrying a Korean woman.
Did they
Of
have
course.
children?
Maybe
mean-
they did.
In space, all they have to see is K dramas. He's like, that's my future wife right there.
Those will last you forever because the seasons are like the episodes are like 2 hours, and there's like 24 episodes. It's
Good
crazy.
lord.
Dang, 2 hours.
And then they
Chris
only
used to watch them.
Oh,
then they only
Chris.
show them the like slimmest amount of affection toward each other in the last episode. In the last,
And I'm
2
like,
minutes.
is there a big romantic development? He's like, no, it's worse than anime.
Worse than anime.
Like, Jesus.
There's also, I guess you could make the theory that this guy was trying to smuggle in his wife to Japan because there was all kinds of like legal blocks back then. Japan didn't really like South Koreans coming into.
Kind of
so-
doesn't.
Yeah. Well, they don't like anyone going over
That's
there,
true.
but
Yeah.
but maybe that was this. I don't know how Hong Kong falls into all this, or
That's the weirdest thing for me is like, oh yeah, we deport him. Where? Oh, back? No, to China.
all right.
Okay.
So
They
let us
wanted
know.
him.
You what?
I said they wanted him.
You want-
They-
We'll take him over here.
we'll trade
got
him.
Oh, you have one of those? We'll take him. Yeah.
Got one of those time slippers or whatever Michael called them.
Slips.
All right, so let us know your theories about the man from Turid, and we like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more weird stuff to come, and we will see you next time.